Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. What will the final battle of One Piece be like? This is a question that's currently at the center of attention after all. Gunko said that this battle is about to happen, and that's because of Vegapunk's revelations to the world of One Piece. In this video, I decided to create the scenario for this battle, how this clash should unfold in the world of One Piece. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit. So just comment which fruit you want. Guys, the world is going to sink. These were the words that tore through the skies of One Piece in chapter 11013. Vegapunk, the greatest genius in history, exposed the deepest wound the world government spent centuries trying to hide. The current world is a lie, a castle built on the ruins of an ancient, sunken empire. The silence from the nations that heard Vegapunk's message, those who, for a moment, didn't know what to do. Entire governments froze, kingdoms trembled, because when a man like Vegapunk, a genius among geniuses, says that the world will sink into the sea, you listen. And in that silence, the seeds of doubt began to grow. Nations allied with the world government like Alabasta, Drum, and Goa started to question the narratives they had been told since the foundation of the modern world. People began to remember, what about the kingdoms that vanished without explanation? The islands that sank? The ancient ruins declared taboo? The trust that held the world government together began to crumble. The surface everyone knows is just the top of a submerged planet, a corpse floating above the truth. And with that, the flame was lit. The revelation will burn the entire world. The war begins now. And not just any war. Gunko, a world noble, knight of God, said, "This will bring the greatest war of all time." And she was right. It's no longer about pirates versus marines, revolution versus oppression, Yonko versus Yonko. It's the entire world cracking, collapsing, sinking once more. And this time, there's no going back. Everything begins with the spark, the truth. Vegapunk's message shoots across the seas like lightning. The D stir. The revolutionary army moves. Luffy's allies feel the pressure. The remaining Shichibukai take their positions. The remaining Yonko realize it's time to choose a side. And the world government, it responds with fury. Imu-sama, for the first time, doesn't hide in the shadows. He speaks, commands, decrees. Do not let the truth breathe. And so, the Knights of God are unleashed like witch hunters. Gunko leads them with a cold and divine gaze. She doesn't just want to silence those who heard the message. She wants to eradicate any possibility of resistance. The world enters a state of war. The revolutionary army becomes a living symbol of justice. Dragon, eyes fixed on the future, says, what they're hiding is not just the truth, but freedom itself. And for the first time, the oppressed nations say, enough. They rise. Kingdoms that once served the celestial dragons now burn their flags. The celestial dragons tremble. And Luffy? Luffy laughs. The Straw Hat knows all of this was always meant to happen. Ever since he defied Eni's lobby, declared war on the government, defeated CP9, saved the world from Doflamingo, clashed with Big Mom and Kaido, and now challenges the gods. Luffy understands that being the Pirate King is more than finding the One Piece. It's about changing the world. And so the front lines are drawn. On one side, the world government with all its might. The Five Elders, Imu, the Knights of God, the Marines, and awakened ancient weapons ready to destroy anything in their way. On the other, the Resistance. Dragon, Sabo, Ivankov, Koala, the Allied Kingdoms, the Allied Pirates of the Straw Hats, and of course, the Mugiwara crew. But this is no ordinary war. This is a war for truth, for history, for the right to exist. Meanwhile, the poneglyphs begin to align. Robin finally understands the full truth of the Void Century. Joy Boy was not just a hero. He was a visionary. A liberator, someone who saw the world fall once and tried to stop it. Now, history repeats itself, and Luffy is the new Joy Boy. The war intensifies on three fronts. The Celestial Front involves the battles against Imu and the Knights of God. Gunko directly faces off against Dragon in a mythic clash. Flames versus Holy Light, ideals versus absolute control. The Marine Front, Kizaru, Akainu, and other admirals try to stop the revolutionaries and pirates from advancing, but Sabo, now a true heir of fire, is different. He's not just fighting, he's burning everything the government represents. The final front, Elbaf, the land of the giants, becomes the final battlefield where the One Piece is revealed, where ancient weapons clash, and where the sea, once again, decides its fate. Shirahoshi, Poseidon, Uranus, in the government's hands, and Pluton, still dormant, collide. Meanwhile, the world sinks, literally. Vegapunk's prophecy begins to unfold. Earthquakes, tsunamis, whirlpools emerge as symptoms of a planet that can no longer bear to be ignored. Entire islands vanish. The sea swallows everything. But in the midst of chaos, there is hope. Zoro faces one of the holy knights perhaps the most powerful swordsman the world has ever seen, a battle whose echoes reach the ends of the world with every clash of blades. Sanji protects the family he found. Nami guides ships through the storm with divine precision. Usopp, at last, faces fear and becomes a true brave warrior of the sea. And Luffy rises. He reaches the peak of the battle against Imu, against everything the world has hidden. And there, with his usual smile, he delivers the most important punch of his life. The punch that shatters the lie. The punch that reveals the true shape of the world. The punch that closes the cycle started 800 years ago. And then, the sea goes silent. Not because it all ended, but because a new world began. The truth is now free. History has been rewritten. And the title of Pirate King is no longer just a crown, it's a legacy. And that legacy belongs to Luffy D. Monkey. The world sank, so it could be reborn. And this time, for everyone. As the sky of the world was torn by lightning sparked by Uranus, and the earth shook under the march of armies, a silent tremor moved through the depths of the ocean. In the heart of the Grand Line, amid the darkness of trenches and the glow of abyssal algae, the Fishman Island felt the world changing. They had no Den Den Mushi, but they felt the truth is now free. History has been rewritten, and the title of Pirate King is no longer just a crown, it's a legacy. And that legacy belongs to Luffy D. Monkey. The world sank, so it could be reborn. And this time, for everyone. As the sky of the world was torn by lightning sparked by Uranus, and the earth shook under the march of armies, a silent tremor moved through the depths of the ocean. In the heart of the Grand Line, amid the darkness of trenches and the glow of abyssal algae, the Fishman Island felt the world changing. They had no Den Den Mushi, but they felt the pulse of the tides. And at that moment, the sea wept. Shirahoshi, the mermaid princess, sitting on the steps of Ryugu Palace, felt a chill run across her skin. The Sea Kings were roaring not in despair, but in a call. The Noah Ark, asleep in the depths, began to tremble. The time had come. The world will sink into the sea. Vegapunk's words were not just a metaphor. It was an ancient prophecy, whispered among the elders of the fishmen. A prophecy that spoke of a war, so devastating that the sea would rise to swallow the lies of the sky. And at the center of this prophecy was Noah, the Ark of the New Dawn. Noah wasn't rising just to float. It had a purpose. Built during the Void Century, by hands that remembered Joy Boy, Noah was more than sacred wood. It was a symbolic weapon, a ship the size of a city, capable of sheltering an entire civilization. The war lasted days, maybe weeks. Time had lost meaning among the screams and thunder. Mary Joyce burned. The walls of the gods were cracked by voices that had been silenced for centuries. The holy knights fell one by one, not only before the power of the ancient weapons or the fury of pirates, but before ideas that could no longer be held back. Imu-sama, upon revealing his form, something between human, shadow, and God, tried to collapse the world once and for all, activating the forgotten technology that had once sunk the ancient kingdoms. But what he didn't expect was that the sea itself would reject him. Poseidon commanded the Sea Kings. Pluton, hidden beneath Wano, emerged and was activated by Momonosuke through Odin's command Haki. Uranus, unstable in the hands of the government, was torn from the sky by Enel's electric storms as he returned to Earth to burn the false paradise. And at the center of it all was Luffy, not as a pirate, not as a hero, but as the spark that united all peoples. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.